Thanks. So welcome. I'm going to start this over just again. Welcome to Samadhi Game. Welcome to our show today, as it is called this honoring of great souls. And today we're going to be honoring Swami Kriyananda specifically, a little bit more specifically, and how he's taken me to greater heights with his slipstream of consciousness that he's provided for me. And in Samadhi Game, we have a number of names that we call out to and ask for their assistance in our lives. We call to them for their presence to be made manifest in our lives, for their consciousness to become aware in our consciousness, or us to become aware of their consciousness, and hold to that. It's a great assistance when we have these people and know these people and can feel their presence in our lives, rather than just being alone. It's true that we need to go on alone on our paths. It's true that better your own dharma and fail than another's and succeed. But there's also wisdom in following along with another's dharma until you feel your dharma sprouting out in such a way that it takes you into your own path of enlightenment. So we call to different masters. We call their vibration. We think of them and bring that vibration closer to us by doing so. We allow that vibration to sink into us. Oftentimes there's so many frequencies of existence, so many vibrations that pull us and hold us in our daily lives, that it sometimes is difficult to find our way into a higher ground. Yesterday you posted a song from Stevie Wonder called Higher Ground. And each of us is seeking to find that higher ground. And what keeps us from finding that higher ground is the swirl of our own karmas that keeps us locked in this wheel of karma that keeps revolving and revolving and revolving. And somehow we need to pull ourselves up and out. We try to do that by our own bootstraps. But sometimes we need the help of someone else who reaches down and says, "Here, let me have your hand. Come on." You know, the stories of Jesus reaching out and taking them by their hand, or the story of Jesus walking with his cross, and at a certain moment, a certain person in the crowd reaches out and touches the hem of his garment, and by touching the hem of his garment, they take on a certain vibration. It's like when you touch a hot cup of coffee, hot. You touch Jesus, you go, ah. You touch Robbie, you go, oh. There's a certain vibration that each of us has, and that vibration we can put our finger upon it. And certain people in the spiritual arena have made themselves available for that touching, that touchstone. Jesus made himself available. And when that person touched him, he says, "Oh, I feel that virtue has gone out of me." And he himself felt the draw that was pulled because someone had had a resonance with him so deeply that he could feel his heart sending that love to that other person. The same thing happens in every day, in every way. So why cannot we do it consciously? Why can't we say, I'm going to draw a little bit from this person? I happen to have a sister who is rather prominent in the modeling world, Christy Brinkley. And people all the time are looking at pictures of her and drawing from certain modicum of happiness and joy that she has, and she can feel it at times. And I know the same thing happens with all of us. All of us have our group of friends and relatives that look to us for either inspiration or some sort of uplift. And we have to be responsible for that by keeping our own vibrations high. But we can all look to someone who is uplifting and genuine, inspirational. And Swami Kriyananda is one of these people in my lives. He's a guru who has been absolutely essential for my spiritual understanding and development. He taught me, you asked me this morning, you said, what was it about him that was the most prominent teaching that he had given you. And I would say the teaching that he gave me, it wasn't a direct teaching like, let me tell you this. It was by his own actions, by his own trials and tribulations that he went through. And my perception of them was that what he did was he showed me how to create a structure for enlightenment that wasn't fundamental. And by the very fact that the very teaching that he brought forth became fundamental, it became locked in a fundamental viewpoint, which was sort of sad. In fact, it's very sad to me to see it happen. But that happened to the teaching that he brought forth. If you go to see Ananda Cooperative Village, it's a beautiful village in Northern California. He founded it. He founded a worldwide network of meditation centers all across the United States, across Italy, across India, and beautiful, beautiful centers. But what's happened, in my estimation at least, is that the very teachings that he brought that were of a universal truth has become a codified, fundamental understanding of the yoga that he so much wanted to be universalized. And I felt that he almost himself got a little bit caught in the swirl of that momentum to fundamentalism. And I wanted to say that that's what I learned. I learned for Samadhi game that we can never be off guard. We have to always be on guard, that we do not allow Samadhi game to become a fundamental teaching, but constantly new, fresh, and understood in new ways, and made personal for each person. Open wide the doors of the heart so that each person that is taking on Samadhi game and using the mantras in Samadhi game knows that it's their free will at any time to copy these mantras, make and change them, making them their own. And ultimately, taking the very truth and the gist and the meat of the Samadhi game mantras and using it for their own gift given gone. In that way, it will never become fundamentalized. So, Swami Kriyananda taught me this. He had gone through the teaching of Yogananda. He was an avid disciple of Yogananda's, Paramahansa Yogananda's teaching, and he wanted to serve him in every way. The organization that Yogananda founded, SRF, sent Kriyananda to India, where he established a great following of Indians. Thousands and thousands would come. Sometimes 10,000 people would join together in following his discourse on truth and the bhajans that he would sing, the songs that he would sing. That frightened the leadership at SRF. They thought that he might be gaining more power than he should be having within the organizational framework, and they kicked him out of that organization. Lock, stock, and barrel, out you go. And it was very difficult for him for some time. And he eventually started to reclaim his identity and understand how he could establish his own community of light, a tribe dedicated to the yoga of enlightenment. And he did so by founding Ananda Cooperative Village in Northern California. And that teaching, that very thing that he did was inspirational to me, and said, you too can go, to my heart said, you too, Gregory, can go on alone. You too can go on and establish something that is that is foundational for the enlightenment of other people. And so we have Samadhi game. I mean, I wouldn't have done it unless I'd had his example. I would not have done it. I don't think I would have had the courage to do it. But I did. With his example, I went forward and established Samadhi game. So
you're always looking for the best way to reach God.
Yes, always looking for that. Anyway, I found out last night that Swami Kriyananda had passed about a month ago. And it was interesting to me that about a month ago...
he died on Tuesday.
No, it was last month.
No, it was April?
April.
Oh. Okay. Well, it was
March.
yesterday's.
It was March. It was
It was
March.
yesterday's news, right?
March 22nd he
Oh,
passed,
nice.
I think.
Oh, okay.
So it was almost
Wow.
yesterday I saw the news.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't seen it until a month later, so I hadn't been tuned into it.
Okay.
But a month ago, I was thinking about what I wanted to listen to with my headphones on, and it came to me to listen to Swami Kriyananda's works. So I started listening to them a month ago, which I thought was very interesting. So, in honoring great individuals of light, I thought we should honor. Let's go ahead and start our Samadhi game mantras today with the shadowless light of Samadhi, its feeling, tone, and state of knowing. And we'll say these mantras in honor of this universal Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Divine Mother, Father, neutral witness consciousness that I am now. O glorious shadowless light of eternity, that brilliance of I am Samadhi, shining in the void as 10,000 suns, descend, 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 as the tangible substance of loving splendor, dazzling intelligence, and palpable power for all to absorb and identify with, as the full and only authority throughout the earth, the boundless treasure house of the universe, and our infinite I am Samadhi, of scintillating fire and dazzling light, that I am. I release the power of mastery without limit now, revealing the self and flooding forth perfect miracles in all activities, bringing to pass the enlightenment of the ages, and letting every being on earth sense and surrender to the intimacy of this light. Everywhere, the fullness of this self expanding as love, wisdom, and joy forever. Now, great songs of praise and gratitude burst forth from the heart of humanity, for that silent splendor poured out to all. Now, pure love flows forth from the heart of the secret love star, drenching the earth with the glory and ecstasy of golden pink liquid light. Now, the oneness of supreme love, wisdom, and blazing joy overwhelms this world of duality in its glowing orb of transmutation, reconciliation, and dominion, making of Tara a smiling sun of everlasting, all-powerful, limitless light, casting no shadow, and in which only that absolute perfection can forever dwell. Now, I am limitless gifts of all good things, anointing the earth with abundance, healing, and happiness for all mankind. O presence of the shadowless light, not the great silence, we identify with thee now. I am the elation and exhilaration, freedom and liberation of this eternal experience and gnosis of Samadhi, its ecstatic hearing, blissful feeling, cosmic sense, sublime taste, and immaculate vision, holding all sacred within the action and divine forever. I am intensified by this tone of I am shadowless light, and now acceptance and awareness, surrender and devotion and adoration, for the sake of that, this all-powerful divine I am Samadhi, the intelligence of the heart is divine nation. I. In the wake of Swami Kriyananda, I, in the mantle of that yogi's attainment, I am awake, as is the Ascended Master Jesus, as is the Ascended Master Kriyananda. You can say whatever master is close to you, that name. To this shadowless light, its feeling, tone, and state of knowing, that I am that never sleeps and enjoys all, now and forever. I'll say, Swami Kriyananda had a specific a love for all things Eastern, even though Yogananda brought a teaching that was very ecumenical. It bridged all the different religions, whether it be Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Jainism. It was all bridged. And even though his teaching was that, Swami Kriyananda really enjoyed the Eastern bent. And so let's go ahead and sing this mantra. It's the only mantra in the Samadhi Game liturgy that has the Sanskrit. So let's go ahead and sing it today in Sanskrit and in English. Let me put it on here. Om Namah Shivaya Guruve Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanshaya Shantaya Nirarambhaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Guruve Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanshaya Shantaya Nirarambhaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Guruve Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanshaya Shantaya Nirarambhaya Tejase. I bow to the samadhi within myself, known as Lord Shiva, that is the true teacher. This samadhi that I am takes the form of truth, consciousness, and bliss. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am completely free and I sparkle with the divine luster. I bow to the samadhi within myself, known as Lord Shiva, that is the true teacher. This samadhi that I am takes the form of truth, consciousness, and bliss. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am completely free and I sparkle with the divine luster. I bow to the samadhi within myself, known as Lord Shiva, that is the true teacher. This samadhi that I am takes the form of truth, consciousness, and bliss. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am completely free and I sparkle with the divine luster. I'd like to go right into the opening pillar of light, pillar of the world. Sublime I am samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity.
Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet, compassionate flame, in, through, and around my etheric, mental,
Emotional and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I Am Samadhi. Eternity is my home. I do all that is necessary to actualize this ever-fresh realization and organize my life around it. I was thinking about Swami Kriyananda. He was prolific. He wrote hundreds of poems, books, songs. He spoke 12 different languages. He was amazingly brilliant. I wanted to compare him to Hans Baba, a guru that I met in India, who was the head of this ashram, simple, very, very simple ashram. Hans Baba didn't write anything.
He just spoke?
He just sang and danced.
And yet he inspired people?
He inspired a whole community. He was responsible for the entire community radiating out about his ashram, probably 50 miles in every direction. All the villages that surrounded this ashram were under his tutelage, his teaching, leadership.
And yet he didn't offer advice. He just sang and danced. How
he sang
annoying!
And danced.
Like a leprechaun.
Well, he did. He would give blessings.
Okay.
He would give blessings. But when you compare him to Swami Kriyananda wrote so many books. He wrote his autobiography of a Western yogi, which is his own autobiography. Very inspiring book. He titled it that because his guru, Padamahansa Yogananda, wrote Autobiography of a Yogi. And, but the comparison is, the reason I'm bringing the comparison...
Did you read both?
Yes, I did. I read both, and I loved them both. I actually liked Swami Kriyananda's book better than Autobiography of a Yogi. I thought it was much more integrated. He was, and it's what Jesus says, greater things shall you do than I do because I go on to my Father. So each one of us is required not only to do what our teacher does, but to go on and do more than our teacher does, which breaks the mold. That very statement breaks the mold of fundamentalism. It can't be fundamentalism. It's continuing revelation. It's progressive revelation. What is new and fantastic and an amazing teaching yesterday becomes commonplace. And now the teaching has to be expanded upon and understood in a higher level. So that's what Jesus was saying. That's what Kriyananda did with Yogananda's teaching. Kriyananda took Yogananda's teaching and amplified it, accelerated it, made it more viable. And in my own way, what I'm doing with Samadhi Game, what we're doing with Samadhi Game, is taking this teaching, this eternal teaching, whether it be of Jesus or of Yogananda or of Buddha, and we're integrating it in a way and making it viable through this affirmative manuscript and this saying that this is who we are. We're not sitting around, we're not satisfied any longer with just listening to a sermon about who we are. We have to say it ourselves. We can't listen to someone else just tell us who you are, even if it happens to be a very enlightened being. We have to prime the pump of being able to say who we are for ourselves. And Samadhi Game is a series of affirmations that says who we are for ourselves. It's a new momentum. It's something brand new. It's something that Jesus didn't bring to his followers. It's something that Krishna didn't bring to his followers. It's something that Buddha didn't bring to his followers. It's something brand new. And it's like putting yourself on stage and saying, this is who I am. This is the song I'm singing. And you're reminding yourself of who you really are. So let's go on and give some more of these songs. Heartfelt, tangible samadhi. O great Spirit, Almighty I am samadhi at the center of all creation, radiant with illuminating fire, O heartfelt parent of all sons and sons, pour forth that life-giving power and fan the spark of that divinity on the altar of my heart. Amplify and magnify this spark by the fire breath of the whole I-Spirit into the potent God flame that I am. O the shimmering fountain of life that I hear, feel, smell, taste, and see within me. I choose this constant cascade of liquid light, actively receiving its shimmering directive radiance, tangibly and powerfully manifest in my experience. I open the innermost temple of love within this evident, ebullient, celestial cosmic fire. I manifest that life and light for our healing and regeneration, letting the breadth, height, fullness, and crown of the solar radiance of the sun behind the sun appear. I stand forth.
Revealed
In and through me is the neutral witness that Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Sun conscious awareness. I am the visible, audible, and tangible flame of eternal life, breathing the scintillating prana-chi from the source to the root of my being. Liquid rays of light, flooding my chakras, seated upon their lotus thrones of love. Molten gold of enlightenment, shivering as ascension up my spine, crowning my awareness with the diamond rays of attainment. As the white fire beam of my heart, I dynamically emanate and transmit this audible, tangible, fragrant, delectable, and visible substance of living samadhi as creativity and direction. I am a sun in the palace of the shining void, this temple a glistening world of infinite space, the process of my transformations sounding the melodies, harmonies, and rhythms of the great solar symphony. I am the dazzling flame of life, here and now, because I am nowhere else but everywhere forever. I am Samadhi's palpable joy, tactile glory and felt perfection of boundless being. I am that, I am that, I am that. I am in the slipstream of Swami Kriyananda. I am in the slipstream of Swami Kriyananda. I am in the slipstream of Swami Kriyananda. In embodiment, in embodiment, in embodiment. I am oneness lived. Let's just listen to one of these tunes and meditate for a few minutes. Very simple tunes, very simple poetry, very simple ideas that brings us right back to that core of being. All right, let's go on. Give affirmation and prayer of the divine masculine presence and power. O sacred masculine essence of my eternal being, holy one in my core, I am that I am. I am that divine masculinity within me now. I am the will of that kingly consciousness being done. I am the unchanging awareness of each moment, the natural spaciousness of each instant. On earth that I am, even as I am that in heaven. This sacred, tangible silence, death to my ego, source of my sustenance. This radiant gift of love, heart of my purpose, the Dharma freely given to all. This shunning void of stillness consumes every temptation of duality. This presence of samadhi dispels all cross-currents of the human ego. I am transfiguration's total surrender, forgiveness and reconciliation. I am resurrection's focus of wisdom and power. I am the absolute cooperation with the inevitable, ascension's expanding glory of eternal victory. All this freedom, forevermore, I am. Om, peace, amen, I am. And the idea of Hans Baba and Swami Kriyananda is you don't have to write hundreds of books, poems, plays, songs in order to be an inspiration for others. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is be your heart.
An example.
Be an example of your heart expressed. Your gift given gone. It can be simple. It can be straightforward. It can be even odd. I remember thinking how I thought that Hans Baba was sort of odd, weird in the common vernacular. And yet he showed us a way of attaining to God that was uniquely his. And if we wanted to join in, we could. And a whole group of people, 50 miles in every direction, joined him. It's very interesting. So, inspiration of great souls. Here's the affirmation and prayer of the Divine Feminine, the direct and connected fullness of beauty and forgiving grace. I am the Divine Feminine, the direct and connected fullness of beauty and forgiving grace. With me now in the intuition, dance, and relations of my heart, chalicing the hallowed vision, purpose, and paradigm of the Golden Age dawning. Blessed Queens of Buddhic, angelic, and Christic realms, Kuan Yin, Green Tara, Holy Mary, O Pallas Athena, Parvati, Sarasvati, Lakshmi, whom I am. Hear our calls for compassion, wholeness, and the manifest oneness in the flesh.
Guide us.
Intensify our path, the direct and connected fullness of beauty and forgiving grace, the manifest experience of healing and truth, and the mastery, liberation, and triumph of enlightenment. And here you can formulate your own prayer. See and feel as though the prayer were already manifest. And that takes energy. In order to see it and feel it as though it were already done, it takes the energy to pull yourself out of how it's not already done. The feelings that you have when it's not here, when it's not already completed, the feelings of maybe lack or insecurity or whatever it is that is holding you in that old pattern. You need to be able to lift yourself out. So this, even though it sounds simple, see it already done, feel it already done, is really quite a requirement. It's quite a leap of faith in order to get to that point. So be of good cheer and big faith. Take the leap and feel as though it's already done. Even if it's only for a moment that you can hold it before you sink back into the old way of seeing things as though it's not already done. So just for a moment you see it already done. You find your spine for that moment gets bigger, stronger. And then you feel that weakness again coming in that says, no, but it's not already done yet. Oh, okay. But if you can just hold it for a moment, it's like a homeopathic dose. That homeopathic dose will charge your body and remind you of who you really are. I am the cradled babe of eternity, safe in the bosom of omnipresence. I am the cradled babe of eternity, safe in the bosom of omnipresence. I am the cradled babe of eternity, safe in the bosom of omnipresence. Nothing, silence, sounding light. I am zero, the great yang, the vast silence, the undisturbed stillness, radiating an antakarana of oneness, the sounding of love alone, the essence of life and light, strength, courage, beauty, and perfection. I am nothing, silence, I am sounding light, I am whole in universe, luminous golden white. I am nothing, silence, I am sounding light, I am whole in universe, luminous golden white. I am nothing, silence, I am sounding light, I am whole in universe, luminous golden white. In the stillness within, existence I am birth to an active great yin radiance, spreading throughout the vastness. I am conscious silence, stalwart I commend, stoic inspiration, I am God and man. I am conscious silence, stalwart I commend, stoic inspiration, I am God and man. I am conscious silence, stalwart I commend, stoic inspiration, I am God and man. Louder and louder, the great mother I am, muses, inspires, hums and sings songs of new life, a glad music of my heart. I am sacred rhythm, my keynote harmony, this melody is truth, the light held high and free. I am sacred rhythm, my keynote harmony, this melody is truth, the light held high and free. I am sacred rhythm, my keynote harmony, this melody is truth, the light held high and free. Born now anew, I receive and I accept this Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Sun, Conscious Awareness. 7 altar sacred, flaming paraclete, my forehead now emblazoned, I am come complete. 7 altar sacred, flaming paraclete, my forehead now emblazoned, I am come complete. 7 altar sacred, flaming paraclete, my forehead now emblazoned, I am crown complete. Today we're honoring the great ones that have gone before us, including Jesus, Buddha, Gautama, Saint Francis, Swami Kriyananda, Yogananda, all the great ones in your life that have inspired you to the path.
Elizabeth
Clare Prophet. Two of the great teachers that taught me deeply and brought me into an understanding of the spiritual path. Elizabeth Clare Prophet now, Swami Kriyananda, have passed.
But you have the light of them inside you.
Yes, we do. We have the light of them inside of us. And there is a certain poignancy about their passing. It's so poignant. They shifted, someone that shifts your life dramatically, based on eternal principles. In the East, they call it the Sanatana Dharma. But someone who does that for you affects you so deeply, and when they're gone, you realize now that it's your responsibility for holding all that they taught you and living it true, living it forth. And so today I am specifically honoring Swami Kriyananda, because I just found out yesterday that he passed a month ago. And honoring Elizabeth Clare Prophet. And Samadhi Game really is a combination of both the teachings that Swami Kriyananda brought forth and that Elizabeth Clare Prophet brought forth. I fashioned the ideas of community out of a community and the silence of the meditative path and the breathing techniques that we use in Samadhi Game after what I learned from Yogananda through Swami Kriyananda. And I fashioned the idea of the Tantra of enlightenment as it comes through our worded matrices, as I learned through Elizabeth Clare Prophet. She was the one that taught me the use of decree, or the affirmative sense, linked together rather than just one affirmation given a day. But this is many affirmations linked together, bringing the essence of our higher self into the physical realm with each word that we say. So let's go on and give another mantra. Let's bring the Tantra of enlightenment down to earth. And in this particular mantra, we'll find ourselves also taking on a meditative breath. So we'll stop to breathe during the middle of this mantra. And remembering Swami Kriyananda and Yogananda's great technique of meditation was Kriya Yoga, which was an active meditation using the breath. And Swami Yogananda would teach this breath. As you breathe down the front side of the body, the breath would descend. You feel that breath moving down the front side of the body. And as you breathe out, this breath flooding to the very crown of at the top of our heads. So the same breath, we'll use this breath in this mantra. Let's go ahead and give the mantra. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, encircle me now, encircle me now, encircle me now. I am this loving splendor encircling me now. I am this living prana-chi encircling me now. I am this liquid crystal fire encircling me now. I am this samadhi encircling me now. This I radiate, 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 as the active intelligence of powerful conscious volition that I am. I govern this exhaustless energy and precipitate all things into form. Of those who come under the radiation of this, my radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, including, and here you can name those ones that you would like to have ensconced in your light. And through, and here you can name tribes or groups of people, such as the Samadhi Game tribe, and Primera Agua Healing and Enlightenment at Sunny Meadow. I ignite and I expand the illuminating center within their bodies, emotions, and minds into that active, perfect, and eternal garment of enlightenment. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, that I am. Instantly bring healing to and make art of all dual human ego in my world, opening wide the door of my heart to the ineffable, divine, and present existence and expression and expansion. I am the wide open door of my heart, flooding forth the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, the enchanting essence of my electronic body, and I am Samadhi. I balance, blaze, and dazzle the threefold activity of my heart's Samadhi. Ennobling love, wisdom, and power encircles me, now and forever bringing healing to and making art of every dual human ego activity, freeing me to leap into divine union with the source of these, the shining three.
I am the mighty magic
Electromagnetic circle of invincible liquid love light and light substance, instantly transmuting and harmonizing, healing and making art of every discordance or distraction that seeks to enter or intrude itself, masquerading as the I am me. I am the self-sustaining perfection of my world, enfolded in the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light. The Samadhi that I am, I remain. Vanish the veils of light and shade. I abide in the shining truth of divine law and the justice of eternity. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions inner and outer. I am commanding all therapies within this, the inner magic of my radiant circle of healing love, to be revealed with the art of life and liquid white light of Samadhi, the all-pervading, serene and harmonizing bliss.
Behind the fringe of my mind, hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not more, leave me no more. Leave me not more, leave me no more. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. For thee I cry, for thee I weep, for thee I cry, for thee I weep. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. Thee I find behind the fringe of my love. Thee I find behind the fringe of my love. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not more, leave me not. Leave me not more, leave me no more. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. For thee I weep, for thee I cry, for thee I weep, for thee I cry. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not more, leave me no more. Leave me not more, leave me no more. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. Do not dry the ocean of my love. Do not dry the ocean of my love. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. For thee I weep, for thee I cry, for thee I weep, for thee I cry. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not more. the ocean of my love, with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. For thee I weep, for thee I cry, for thee I weep, for thee I cry. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more, hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not, Ma, leave me not, leave me not, Ma, leave me not, Ma, leave me not, leave me not, Ma, leave me not. Not dry the ocean of my love. Do not dry the ocean of my love. Do not dry the ocean of my love. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness, with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. For thee I weep, for thee I cry, for thee I weep, for thee I cry. I'll cry more, thou mine evermore. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not, Ma, leave me not, leave me not, Ma, leave me not.
That was Swami Kriyananda singing that chant, and you can hear the different frequencies that he's singing to. Courageous,
Humble.
supplicative, really amazing, beautiful. Singing in that behind the fringes of my mind. Can you imagine? The fringes of your mind, the fringes of all of the frequencies of the dual human ego, the fears and the desires. Beyond that, the neutral witness, the Christ consciousness, the Krishna consciousness. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. He translated. He even though he did sing some songs in Hindi, really he liked to sing them in English because it was a conscious awareness to the songs in English. And he didn't just translate the songs; he actually wrote these songs. That particular chant, he wrote those verses and in the English, and you could understand what the devotion was. You could understand who you're singing to and what the meaning was. Where were you putting your attention? It wasn't just on Krishna, but behind the fringes of your mind. There is Krishna. Beautiful, beautiful. Very inspiring. Let's go ahead and give Samadhi's I am memory and momentum, the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. And within this mantra is the breathing. I'm sorry, I thought it was in the last mantra. We'll do the saga breath with this mantra. So let's go. From billowing clouds in the spotless sky of the tangible I am Samadhi, that I am, comes now a downpour of the memory and momentum of the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, a drenching of mastery and dominion here and now, rivulets of wise thinking, lovely feeling, and powerful activity, converging as the eternal sweep of the sacred Ganga, the memory and momentum of love, wisdom, and power, flooding forth like a million Niagara Falls, ceaselessly descending into and around all my thoughts, feelings, and activities, including, and here you can state those activities for the day. To harmonize and perfect them now, as Christos, as Krishna, as Buddha, as Allah, as Pharaoh, as monarch, as the Divine Mother Father, as the sun-conscious neutral witness awareness, I enter this golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction here and now, bathing in the streaming memory and momentum of love, life, and light. I take command of all thoughts, feelings, and actions below the highlands of superconscious living and awareness. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself.
O loving
I am Samadhi, that I am. O Ganesha, O great divine director in the great karmic board, that I am. I invoke your memory and momentum of sustained enlightenment and divine direction now. I am that guidance now. I am that courage and strength that acts. And of my attention to my men with me, women with Robbie.
Love,
Purpose, plan,
fullness,
focus,
relationship,
freedom,
nourishment, and
dharma,
life.
and death. I hold my scepter of dominion and power sustained. From the joyous I am Samadhi that I am. I descend in the whirlwind radiance of this Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, monarch, Divine Mother, Father, sun-conscious awareness. I envelop my four lower bodies with the unbroken thrill of the neutral witness and unique sexual essence. And I stand guard over my entire consciousness, being and world, 24/7. O eternal I am Samadhi, beyond all imagination of expectancy. I charge my physical, emotional, mental, and etheric bodies with that memory and momentum of full conscious realization, as I issue the following command to all the polarized human creation and ego, etched in my pranas, chakras, and meridians,
and those of the entire
planetary body. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the vital light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the vital light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the vital light of Samadhi. I let the instantaneous release of the self-luminous, infinitely intelligent light substance issue forth without limit from the immortal Samadhi, that I remember I am, and I charge these pranas, chakras, and meridians, thoughts and feelings, activities and environment, with the victorious memory and momentum of the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, such that all polarized human creation and ego is instantly transmuted and transfigured into refined and perfected states of awareness, action, and physicality. And so, let's do some breathing. Breathing down the front side of the body. As you breathe out, a little Kegel. tongue at the top of the mouth. Just a few big breaths like this in a day will set the pattern for your breathing at a much deeper level. Thank you for joining us in this honoring of the great souls, whether it be Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, or Swami Kriyananda, whoever John Smith Street. Thank you for inspiring us, giving us the lead in this path that might be all we're striving for. Thank you very much for joining us today. Be back Monday next week. Join us then. Until then, have a great day.
Make me the sea. I am the bubble. Make me the sea. I am the bubble. Make me the sea. I am the bubble. Make me the sea.
I'll tell the world I don't have money, but life is wonderful and every day is sunny. The trick is